this lesson we're going to actually use a gradient fill, again using a flower. So we'll open generations, select our circular tool, drag a circle, select it, go to our reshape tool. I'm going to select 127 again, click OK. Just lift up the top node and pull down a bit further down the bottom node, hit enter and generate. Now we have a petal of the flower. Now I'm just going to drag that in to change the size of it, or you can use your resize and bringing it up to the top part of my hoop area, which is, by the way, 4x4. Now I'm going to select it, go to accessories and create gradient shading. Now the gradient shading box opens. Now the first thing I'm going to do is disable underlay. I'll also change my colors so that you may have different colors there, so I'm just going to go for a darker pink color and a lighter shade of pink. Just click OK. Now you see we've got complex selected here. I'm going to change that and I'm going to select arc fill on both of these. Had to think there for a minute. And I'm going to hit load. Now you'll find when you get the lesson you'll also have a couple of A1 gradient fills. To use the A5, click OK and you'll see that it's changed. I have the gradients on both sides exactly the same. I'm just going to click OK and you can see that we have a pink spot select. So just generate and you can see by that where the position of that spot is will determine where the gradient is. Now if I drag that around here and place it about there and generate, we now have an arced gradient fill. Now even though I'd selected those colors in the gradient menu, you may not necessarily get those when you generate. You can click on these individually. Now I normally will have the first color as a darker color, so I'll go for a darker pink color and my other color will be a lighter shade. It just looks better when you actually machine that out. So you can see now that we've got a flower with a gradient shading. If I hit my 3D, you really don't get a true effect of how that will actually look. So I'm just going to bring the in and out points down to the bottom and generate. Now once again, as we did with the fluid contour flower, if I select that, hit my Control C and Control V, then go to my rotate, I'm going to actually now change this to 60 because I want 6 petals and 6 into 360 is 60. Click OK and move that to where I want it. Control C and Control V and again move it around. So now I actually have 3 petals and you can see we're forming a circle around there. I can keep on doing my other 3 petals, or I can actually grab those 3 together and just merge them. Control C, Control V, and then I'm going to rotate them around. And again. And again. Now I can move them. So rather than having to copy and paste 3 lots and do that, I just did it in one different type of move. So you can see if we 3D, we have a really interesting flower. Now I'm going to select all of those dark pink colors. Sorry, pale pink colours because I want the ones that are going to stitch out last. And I've got 6 of those, and you can see they're all selected down here, so you can actually do it down here, or you can select the pink pieces down this side, and you can see all those radial spots that are forming that arc of those circle gradients. And now I'm going to go to Stitch, create outline, satin border. I'm going to make it 2, click OK and generate. And I'm going to change the colour to a darker colour. Now you can see we actually have a flower with a gradient arced fill. Doesn't really give you a true effect when you look at it like that. Don't forget you can nudge these into place as well if you want them. I suggest you do the fluid contour lesson first to see actually how I did that. So now I want the dark pink parts. I'm going to leave the top one where it is, grab the next 5 and just drag them up the line and generate. And now the design is going to stitch out how I want it to stitch out. I can also check where the start and finish points on these are, and I might want to move them into the center and generate, and do the same with that one. So there you have your actual flower with a gradient fill, which looks quite pretty actually when it's machined out. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that quick lesson.